Is smoking weed the rest of your life really worth it? So I wanted to make this video because this is a question I asked myself when I was thinking about quitting marijuana. I had a lot of back and forth in my head, like, is it worth it? What if life sucks afterwards? And we're gonna kind of dive into some of those today and figure out, hey, is smoking weed for the rest of your life actually worth it? So as we know, weed can be addictive. And at first, it can be very pleasurable, right? That's what it was like for me. So when I first started smoking, it was enjoyable. I was connecting with new people. My consciousness was expanding. A few years later, though, it was becoming more of a habitual thing, more of a, I can't function if I'm not stoned. And that's when it became a bit of a red flag, and I was like, oh shoot, this isn't as fun as it used to be. I was starting to see the rest of my life start to deteriorate too. Relationships, friendships, I wasn't able to have relationships like romantically. My career wasn't going anywhere for sure, not that I even had a career. But it made me really think, okay, so is this really worth it anymore? Is continuing to smoke every day from sunup to sundown gonna produce the results in my life that I wanted? Family, travel, adventure, fun, joy? And the answer to that was no. However, being stubborn, it took me a while to realize that and to make peace with that within and then be able to take the actual steps. So if you're on that, I just want to say, hey, I understand. It's not like you're gonna watch this video and then all of a sudden, well, maybe, be motivated to change, right? Hopefully motivated, but it's not gonna be like, okay, I saw this video about this guy talking about marijuana, I'm done forever, and it's gonna be easy, right? It's gonna take some trial and error, most likely. Some of you are strong enough to just go cold turkey. I've seen it before. So I'm not discrediting that either. For the majority of folks though, it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of trying to go sober, coming back, trying to go sober, and then really seeing the differences of life, the dichotomy between being high on a regular basis versus being sober. What I hear a lot in the comments is, and it's been so long, it's sometimes hard to remember, so I appreciate you guys letting me know what it's like. It's so just consuming, right? The mental state of smoking weed every day, it's just depression, it's just anxiety, it's just not waking up and feeling happy to be alive. And the only thing that can bring a little bit of dopamine hit, a little bit of joy, is the thought of smoking weed and then packing the bowl, etc., taking the hit. But then all that depression comes back. I think a lot of it, looking at a biochemical level, is that with smoking of the weed and the ritual behind it, that's what jacks up the dopamine. So essentially, what happened to me when I was smoking weed every day, I just didn't have any dopamine left. So I really couldn't feel joy, even though I wanted to, even though maybe I was doing some other healthy things in my life. For the most part, I couldn't, just because of the dopamine, serotonin imbalance within my brain. So once I quit, I got that back on track, and it's made a huge difference, of course. So really, I invite you to ask yourself, hey, what would my life look like potentially if I stopped smoking weed? And not in like the next week or 2 weeks. Really look when you're down the line. 2 years down the line, 5 years, 10 years down the line. And this might be scary because it can seem like a long time away, right? And to think, oh my gosh, I have to live all this life, right? Like, it's overwhelming, right? But even though it's overwhelming, it will be very transformative to your mind and to your psyche, because what you'll see is the vision of what you have and what you want does not coincide with smoking weed every day. And then what will happen, most likely, is that you think, hey, what if I did keep smoking weed for the next 10 years? And that thought scared the shit out of me. I've talked about it in another video before, which I'll link down below, my biggest motivator for quitting marijuana, and that was fear. The fear of 10 years going by, 5 years going by, and being in the exact same position I am, no more further towards my dreams and my goals, actually further away now, more issues to deal with, and older too, right? Like, hey, life is short. It's long, but it's also short. And I knew that, so I was like, okay, I want to tackle this now, rip the Band-Aid off, go through the pain, so I have the opportunity to one day live an awesome life. I'm starting to talk about that a little bit more too on this channel, the benefits of quitting weed, getting sober, in terms of like the stuff you get to do, right? The adventures, the relationships, that's starting to happen for me, and it's amazing. And so I want that for you, or whatever you want for your life. I want to support you in that. And so this question, what would my life look like if I kept smoking weed, versus what would my life look like if I stopped smoking weed, is a really important question I invite you to ask yourself, to really figure out, hey, is this something that is going to be conducive to my goals and dreams or not? And then from there, the next question, of course, which is the title of this video, is it really worth it? Is it really worth wasting the rest of my life, or 5 years, 10 years, 1 year even, a week even more, to continue this habit, to continue this up and down cycle of feeling excited to smoke, but then depressed, and then laziness, and then eating a crap ton, and then feeling shit. Whatever that cycle looks like for you, that's what it looked like for me, basically. Pure laziness, nothing really happening in my life, and that depression just built and built and built. So guys, if you want any assistance in creating your dream life, if you're sober, this is not for people that are brand new in recovery, that are just trying to quit, but if you're already in recovery and you are a little bit bored, you're a little bit stuck, because I felt that too, where even though I was clean, I still wasn't living my dream life. Reach out for a call. We'll have a free coaching session where I'll sit down with you and we can talk about some of your goals, your visions, and your dreams, and ways that you could potentially reach that. I know that having a coach and mentor in my life, someone that could tell me and guide me in a direction that I couldn't see, because as individuals, we're so in our own stuff, we're in our own emotions and in our own thoughts. So it was helpful to have somebody from an outside vantage point that wasn't so emotionally attached to my life. And although they cared for me, they didn't, like, their life wasn't gonna live or die over whether I did this or that, right? It was really helpful to get that objective opinion. And because of that, I've made some big changes in the last couple of years that have allowed me to be living a very cool life. I'm in an Airbnb right now in a brand new city, Warsaw, Poland, with people I like. The culture is much more to my standards and my values, and it's something that I did not have in my old place. And so it's just like, I feel like a new person. Every day's an adventure, every day's different. I get to live in new spots, go on trips, etc. And all that can be yours as well. Maybe not in Poland, but somewhere where you find that joy and happiness and excitement to be alive, and I want to help you with that. So if you guys are interested in a free coaching call, book it down below. We'll hop on a Zoom call, 20 minutes or so, and see where you are, get to know each other a little bit, and go from there. So guys, have a great one. Appreciate you stopping by the channel, and talk to you soon. Peace.